Hey guys, it's Carolina here. Today we're going to go on to the next progression for our headstands. So before this video, take a look back at last week's video and make sure that you practiced the intro to headstands. And then today we're going to move on to the next one, which is called the tripod headstand. For this one, you'll need a floor that's a little soft, a little giving, or some sort of yoga mat or something that you can place your head on. Something that's not too thick and it's not going to really throw your balance off. So just get something thin like that, or maybe just fold a towel a couple of times on the floor so that it'll be comfortable for your head. So for the tripod headstand, we're going to be placing weight on the top of our head and also on our palms. And then your forearms are going to be vertical, unlike last week when we were resting on our forearms. So first we're just going to loosen up and kind of roll out the wrists, since we are going to be putting some pressure on the wrists. And then stretch each one. This type of headstand, some people find harder than last week when we were on the forearms, and some people find easier. So you might see that even though this is the next progression, you find this easier than last week's. Or some people find this one a lot harder to place their weight on just the 3 points of contact versus on their forearms. So you kind of have to experiment and see what works for you. I personally like this one better. I feel like I have more control in this version. All right, so once your wrists feel loose and rested, let's get started. So you're going to take whatever it is that you're putting your head on, or if you have like a soft enough ground, you're gonna place the top of your head on that and then scoot your knees back. Place your hands flat on the ground slightly in front of you and narrow enough so that you can get your knees up to your elbows. Tip your hips up, walk forward, and now you're gonna place a knee on each elbow. So again, you're gonna have to kind of like maneuver your hands depending on how long your legs are, so that you can have nice, steady, firm hold on your hands, but then get your your knees onto your elbows. Once you have your knees on your elbows, or you can do one at a time, one knee and then another knee. So once you have this and you're holding this, and you really do have to contract your abs and able to hold this, you're going to use your abs to slowly pull your legs up into the headstand. This is the harder part. So if you want, you could start this towards against a wall, so that if you need to lean back on a wall. So I'm going to use my abs and I'm going to slowly pull my legs up, bringing my feet and my knees together, thighs together, until I get to the top. Once you're here, you can adjust. You can kind of cinch the hips in, point the toes. And again, if you do this with your back near a wall in the beginning, you'll be less scared about falling backwards. You just don't want to be too close to the wall that your butt hits the wall as you're coming up and actually forces you forward. Okay. And once you've practiced that for a little bit, you can come out of it. To come out of it, you can either just bring your feet straight down, or to practice that ab control, you can slowly bend your knees, slowly bring your knees back to your elbows, and then just reverse the movement to come right out. Okay. So that does take a lot of ab control. You really have to tighten your abs, and you have to make the movement slow and deliberate. Like I was explaining, bring the knees and the feet together as you bring them up. Practice that a couple of times, and then you can go into the next level of it, which is still going up, but instead of using our elbows to help us with the knees, we're just gonna go and use the abs to pull the legs right up into it. So same positioning with the head and the hands. Tip up. And now here, I'm just gonna bring one leg up and follow it with the other. You can do little kicks to start. Practice catching your legs and then go up. I made that look a little easy, but it actually is pretty tough. It does take a lot of ab control, so you might have to practice quite a few times to get there. And then come back down. Okay, so that is level 2 of progression 2 of headstands on tripod. I'm going to show you one more, just because each of these levels is a progression upon a progression. And then also some people find some of these levels easier than others, depending on your body mechanics or where your strengths are. This one is similar to the last one, except for I'm going to straddle my legs, and then I'm going to bring them up. So same head position, same hand position, tip up, And now I'm gonna open my legs up to a straddle. I'm gonna bring them further up, further forward, really tightening my abs. I'm gonna keep lifting my hips until my toes come up. And then if you really want to challenge yourself, you could do the reverse to bring it down. I hope you guys had fun with that. I would love to see your progression. So if you guys want to share your pictures, make sure to tag us in the pictures, and make sure to like and subscribe and keep watching our videos.